Hey everybody, what's up? How have you been? Hope you guys are all good. I'm teacher Henrique and here I have another video class for you. Hope you like it, huh? Well, today we are going to explore Unit 12, Lesson 1. In this lesson, we are going to review two of the most important verb tenses in English. We are going to review the use of simple past and simple present. Are you ready to begin? So, come with me. Um, this is a screenshot from your book, and here you have some ninth graders from different places in Brazil who answered a question in a magazine for learners of English as a lingua franca. A parenthesis here. Um, a language with the status of a lingua franca is a language that you learn to communicate with people from all over the world, either native speakers or foreign speakers, okay, as we are. So any language that you can use to communicate in the world globally with everyone is a lingua franca, okay? The question that they were asked was, what do you do to practice English? And in this text, guys, you are going to find very good tips for you to practice your English outside the classroom, okay? Away from the class. The text goes like this. Learning tips from our readers. Everybody knows how important knowing English is. We've asked 4 readers what they do to practice English outside of the classroom. Hope their tips can help you. So let's check now what Aline, who is 15 years old and who is from Recife, said. I read magazines in English. Of course, I don't understand all the words, but I try to get the general idea. Last week, I bought a new magazine and I could understand the texts about the latest fashion. Okay, the pictures helped a lot. So, for Aline, she likes to read texts in English. She likes to read texts from English-speaking magazines. She says that she doesn't understand all the words, but one technique that she uses is trying to get the general idea of the texts. Okay? She shares an experience of last week in which she bought a magazine and could understand the texts about the fashion, okay, the fashion world. And she says that the pictures helped her. This is a good tip for you. Whenever you read something, the pictures or the drawings, all the images that you have there in the text can help you understand the complete meaning of it. Here you can observe that we have verbs in the present simple like don't understand, read, try, and we have verbs in the past such as bought, could understand, and helped. Let's see now what Miguel from Porto Alegre, who is 14 years old, says. He says, I play video games a lot, and they are all in English. So I always have a dictionary around in case I don't understand a word that is extremely important to go to the next level. Miguel plays a lot of games, so he of course is immersed in this kind of language, the language of the games. And usually games are in English, so when something is difficult, when he doesn't know a word and this word is important, he gets a dictionary and search for the meaning. This is something that you should always do when you don't understand a word. You should go for the dictionary and try to find the most precise meaning for that. Okay? Here we don't have verbs in the past only verbs in the present because he describes something that is habitual for him, something that is part of his routine. Play, are, have, don't understand. Now let's check Sophia's tips. She's from Manaus and she's 14 years old. She says, I love movies, and the last time I saw a movie, I didn't read the subtitles. Now, I try to do this every time. But if the movie is too difficult, I set the subtitles in English. So, Sophia likes to practice her English by watching movies. I strongly recommend that to you. Watch movies in English, first with subtitles in Portuguese, then with subtitles in English, and after that, without subtitles. This is going to help you with the listening skills and it's going to boost your fluency for sure because you're going to get in touch with vocabulary, grammar structures, many things. Okay? Verbs in the present, love, try, set, and is. They describe routine, habits, things that are always true for her. And verbs in the past, saw and didn't read because she's talking about the last time that she watched the movie. Now let's see what Daniel from São Luís, who is 15 years old, says. I'm planning to go on an exchange program when I get older. So, I'm chatting with some students from other countries on the internet to practice my English and find out more about their countries. Yesterday, I chatted with a girl from Tokyo. It was great. So, as Daniel wants to go to another country, he finds interesting to chat, to talk and text people from different places. Okay, and right now he's texting a girl from Tokyo, from Japan. And if you have the opportunity to talk to foreigners from different locations, do so. Okay, do it because this is going to help you produce language faster since you have to type really fast and talk really fast as well. Okay, verb in the present, get. Okay, present continuous, I'm chatting, but this is not the focus. And verbs in the past, chatted and was. All right, hope you enjoyed the tips as well, guys. Now let's see how these verbs can be used in other contexts, okay, taking into consideration the verb tenses. So we are reviewing simple present and simple past, yes? So, of course, simple present is related to this moment and simple past is related to moments ago, okay? We use the simple past, the simple present, to talk about facts and current situations. For example, I live in São Paulo nowadays. My sister works in a hospital. My kids don't like soccer. This is the negative form. Caio doesn't cook very well. Do you play sports? Does your cat drink milk? So these are the questions. We need to remember that in affirmative sentences, we usually use the verb, the normal verb, the base form of the verb, without modifications. But when we are talking about he, she, or it, we add s to the verb. In negative sentences, we use don't and doesn't. And for questions, we use do and does. Also, we use the simple present to talk about habits, routine situations. And in that case, we use the verb tense with frequency adverbs. Okay? For example, we usually travel to the beach. My dad watches TV twice a day. You don't work on Wednesdays. My friend doesn't leave work at 4 p.m. Do they cook every day? Does she travel in July? So these would be some more examples to talk about habits by using the simple present. How could we say, for example, eu geralmente leio livros em inglês? Here we have a suggestion. I usually read books in English. If we want to ask a question after that, for example, if you read graded books, we can say, for example, do you usually read graded books in English? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Are short answers, okay? We can always answer completely like, yes, I usually read graded books in English. No, I don't read graded books in English, for example. Another example is, Miguel joga videogame todos os dias. In English, that would be, Miguel plays video games every day. If we want to ask a question, that could be, does he play computer games? Yes, he does. Positive answer. No, he doesn't. Negative answer. Or, yes, he plays computer games. No, he doesn't play computer games. So that's it about simple present. The verb tense simple past is used mainly to talk about finished actions in a specific time in the past. For example, the Second World War ended in 1945. I had lunch at 12 p.m. And in negative sentences, for example, we didn't study together last term. She didn't see me yesterday. And in questions, did you watch TV in the morning? Did he sleep well last night? Important. When we use the simple past, we need to consider two kinds of verbs. We have the regular verbs, which end in ed in affirmative sentences, and we have irregular verbs, which have a specific form, also in affirmative sentences. In negatives, we use didn't, and in questions, we use did. All right? We can also use the simple past when we want to talk about two actions that happened exactly at the same time. So, for example, when I got to the mall, it closed. They happened exactly at the same time. Okay? Important to say, got irregular verb, closed regular verb. He talked to me while we had lunch. We were having lunch. He was talking at the same time. Okay? Talked, regular verb, had irregular verb. And finally, we can use the simple past to talk about past habits. And here, it's the similar use of used to. Okay? So we can say, I worked hard when I lived in London, or I used to work hard when I lived in London. She woke up early when she was little, or she used to wake up early when she was little. This is the same thing, and they express habits, things that usually happened in the past, but not now. How could we say, for example, eu li uma revista na semana passada? Here we have a suggestion. I read a magazine last week. If we want to ask a question about it, we can say, what magazine did you read last week? The answer could be, I read 16. I read any magazine. Did you understand all the words? Você entendeu todas as palavras? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Or, yes, I understood all the words. No, I didn't understand all the words. All right? So, this is pretty much of simple past. Easy? I think so. This is just a review, right? This should be on the tip of your tongue. Now, guys, here we have some practical examples of how we can use or how we can read these verb tenses in real life contexts. Okay, here we have two comic strips. They're both from Garfield. And the first one says, haha, aren't you cute? Here, have some food. Parenthesis, when he says, here, have some food, this is an imperative sentence. Okay, it's a command. And then Garfield says, I hate myself when I do that. This is because he always needs to get ridiculed to get some food. Okay, so anyway, I really like Garfield. I think I'm kind of like him. Anyway, here we have another example, more with simple past situations. Then, what happened to my favorite record? O que aconteceu, right? I scratched it. I scratched it. You know? What happened to the lasagna I fixed for dinner? O que aconteceu com a lasanha que eu fiz para o jantar? I ate it. Garfield, why is it you scratch, eat, and destroy everything in sight? I can't help it. I'm a slave to my passions. Oh, cats! Humans! I'm sorry, Garfield. If you didn't do those things, you wouldn't be a cat. I love you for what you are. Parenthesis, here we have a second conditional structure. If you didn't do those things, you wouldn't be a cat. Se você não fizesse essas coisas, você não seria um gato. Hypothetical situations, remember? That's okay. What happened to my fern? O que aconteceu com a minha planta? Okay? Especificamente, fern samambaia. Don't ask. So, here you are. Real life contexts for simple present and simple past. Okay? Well, guys, now let's work out our brains, okay? Let's think a little bit. And here you have 6 different sentences. Read these sentences out loud. Leiam em voz alta. Observe them. Pay attention to them. Observe the structures. Yes? And answer yourselves. Are they simple present? Are they simple past? For example, when I say 2 and 2 make 4, is this in the present or is this in the past? Tell yourselves. Prove yourselves that. Okay? Provem para vocês. Expliquem as frases para vocês mesmos, porque vocês vão internalizando a estrutura. Okay? This way, you're going to get the structure automatized in your heads, and you're going to learn this more quickly. You're going to boost your structure knowledge, and this is going to help you boost your fluency as well. All right? So this is it for today, guys. Hope you have learned something new. Hope you have reviewed things about simple present and simple past. Now it's time for you to do your homework. Remember to do all the exercises from the book, including the listening activities, okay? Don't skip them. I have my eyes on you. Bye-bye. See you next class.